Hey guys, how you doing? Well, this is Rick Worth, coming up here from Key West, Florida. And I got my friend behind me. He's coming in the wind. All right. The devil's down here. You can't see down here. This is him. He's chasing him across the desert, okay? Well, you'd think it would be the desert, but it's really a different thing. He's brought in with the helmet and the hats and stuff like that, all these different things. He's going to be representing. He's got these thousands of people here coming up behind him. There's 144,000 people coming in behind him. Well, I want to tell you something about this business of the Bible. That it is supposed to be very important to us. Look at me just sitting around like this. The Bible is very important to us. It tells us two stories in here. It tells us of this one here, this outside story that's going to come to an end during the end of times, which everyone thinks we're in right now. You know, we got the coronavirus and stuff like that. This is bad stuff. You know, this is it's hardly representing the end of times, but you know, they kind of put everything into it, and they then they got the end of times. The Bible is so beautiful that it wraps us up on two of its two stories. It wraps us up entirely. Because if you really love the Bible and you love Jesus and God and the Holy Ghost, which is mom, we'll find that it's a very nice thing. We want to follow the Bible by the Word. I mean, all the ways, all the times of our lives. And we're gonna follow this Bible, and we're eventually going to get pulled out of the same Bible, the same thing that's gonna capture us all. Is going to be our Bible, and the only way it's going to be, you have to totally believe this Bible, totally believe it, and that's to hear the stories and to feel them. You're supposed to learn to fear God, which is the whole point of the works. The works in our Bible is just we have to learn the Bible. That's our job. We have to learn. Some people just go a little bit on the outside, and they're on the outside of the Bible forever, forever. But you're supposed to go a little deeper, okay? Just a little deeper. All right. Now, in my sense, I have found a particular code that reveals certain things about the Bible. And it tells us to look at the spirit of the Bible, not the word anymore. Because you had the word all your lives before this. And of course now you got the word itself. Well, you now have to the study of the spirit of the Bible is a whole other world now, because that's the part that you have to listen for, and you have to hear. You have to hear stuff like that. It's going to be something that you're going to train your mind to, and stuff like that. So when you hear something, oh yeah, that's what they're talking about. You know, like traveling through the valley of night, or the valley of death. You know, this is when you go into meditation. This is the valley of death. You know, it's a shadow of the real death. You know, but it's just the way it's written in the book. So we've got the book now asking us to believe it, and so it traps us. All of the Bible traps us into this thing that we're gonna be afraid of God. We're gonna be afraid of Him and stuff like that. We get all our trespasses from this outside of the Bible. All our love for food and for drinking and the eating and to things that are musical and dance or something like that. All these things are these are objects of Satan. Okay, They are representing things that go round and round, things that go round over and over again, things that are going to be constantly going around and around, like like yourself, like your body. When you get involved with this, you're going to go around and around. You're going to have the same thing that your father had, your mother had. You're going to do stuff like that. You're going to make babies. They're all going to learn the same thing, and you're going to go round and round and round. That's Satan. That's the power of Satan. Okay. Now, when you get over this, it's just that you don't have the power of Satan anymore. You can run around in his gardens and stuff like that. It's all fine. But you don't have a feeling as if when you call God, you don't have God as one being, as one man, or one something. You know, it's two of them. It's a male and a female that come together to help you out, and it's your son, which is your child, is going to wind up being your the inner part of us, the part of us that goes up and does the speaking with heaven, you know. So that's really the basics of all this. And we've got a Bible that turns us on to God, and then it turns around and turns us off to God. And then once you've found out what you've got above this, once you go above that business of God having to be a man and stuff like that, you know, now you've got the woman side, which is the spiritual side. Remember, the spirit would be the thing that roamed over the deep, when they're making the world, you know. So it's just that where she is stuck is in the water. She's in the water. Oh man, it's just so beautiful. The whole idea of the presence of the Lord, Mother and Father, would be a mix of both the heaven and earth, you know. But no, we only get earth. All we get is earth. We don't ever get the female part. It doesn't come to us until the end of times. And the end of our times is when we have had enough of God. We've had enough of Him. We've had enough of Him because we're part of them. We're part of that group of people that believe in Him. And so we want to know, what can we do to get into His pants or something like that? How can we get into His life? How can we be a part of this God? When it's the outside doesn't bother. I mean, it just doesn't seem to sink into this, you know. And they said, no, I want you to read it. I want you to read about this now. He goes, psh. He said, now I want you to understand the spiritual side of this. And then you read the Spirit, and you go back over the entire Bible, and you can hear it. You can, oh my God. It's just so beautiful. And you can't help but know that it's real. You can't help it, all right? The signs are there, okay? So when you finally get over there to this other side, you'll be about, you know, you'll only have about 4 or 5 people like yourselves, or, you know, who knows how many people? 25? I don't know how many people are going to find out, going to be found up being someone like a crusader for God, you know. But you have to understand that God is 2 beings. He's made up of 2 beings. Right? He comes in as you when you first pop out. You come out as a child, and you got food and things coming up to you. And my goodness, it's so beautiful. And you have to get over those things. You have to get over that. That's the whole part of the business. All right? You have to grow with this. You don't want to grow with them, you know, but maybe at first you do, you know. You've got to be brought into this light, and then those only few people will start seeing the other side and start seeing it as oh, hey, this is something else. This is really meant for me, because now I'm no longer that other guy. Because when you get over this other side, when you get over to the other side, the other religion at all just goes by. Because now you've got them both. You've got Mother and Father both here. You've got you've got the idea of a guy that can maintain Israel, which is someone who can maintain a level head, someone that can maintain that. You know, this is the only place that it's going to be going on is in your head. You know, it's this. You know, you don't have a lower mind anymore. You don't have lower brain or something like that. Maybe you got it. Maybe I got mine or something like that. But it isn't charge of anything. You know, it's not charge of anything. Yeah. Well, this is the way it's worked out for me. Now I've had some terrible things that come into my life since then, which kind of put a damper on this idea of communicating with you. But how can I know these things? I mean, I think the Gospel of Thomas, those different questions that you can answer, just going right down the line, answering them one at a time. I mean, I got it going on. So I don't know what my life's going to be like. I don't know anything. But I do believe that I'm connected. I know some of the information. I got the information. I got all the, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I got loads and loads and loads of conversations and loads and loads and loads and loads of videos that fit this thing just perfectly. But it just seems to be so trite and such a lie. I mean, but so perfectly fitted. You know, maybe it works for you, maybe it don't. You know, shit. I don't know. I used to be really involved in church. I mean, so much. I was way up to here with, you know, little things. I mean, man, I was a God-feared person, and I was. But now I'm not. Now I'm a God-loving person. I love mother and father. And I love my little boy, my man, that I gained, to go and find them, to go and talk to them, and to make pleas for me as I'm growing up, right? So as I've gone up, I've changed who I go and talk to, and who I see, and who's going to be the boss, and it's all worked out fine. It's all working out fine. I've had some terrible times with having to work out something with my body. But you know, it's just the way it is. Just how a human being has to make a life for itself on this earth. You're not supposed to be making this life. It takes a lot of hell to create this thing that's going to be called life. But no. I'd like it to be over. I'd like it to be over, but I'm going to be, I'm going to be sitting around here watching and learning and seeing what I'm going to do next. It's just so cool. It's so cool. Anyways, I hope everybody's doing fine. I hope this message would come to gathering with you, that you could see this as part of your life, part of a new life for you, and you can tell that this time of God. I've read a lot, I've seen a lot, where these other people are all they're mashing, they're putting in this end date. This time is crazy, and our president is the Judah or something like this of the Zion world. We don't need to believe in that as much as they have to believe in it. That's going to be the dogma in our lives. It's going to kill us in the long run. And so, I know that my life isn't going to be worth it, because I found out something about God. I found out some cool thing. I found a new way to live life. No. I still have to live life. I still have to enjoy my time here on earth as long as I'm alive. I have to embrace something of Satan's. It's got to be in here. I got the songs in my mind. I got food and stuff like that I'm constantly going to be gorging on. I have to survive by the devil's business. But then that's only because the devil owns this earth. And when you go up there, when you connect with God, you come back with God. You come back with him and her and your little brother. And so you got all three of them working on you now. And you're going to grow up from that particular point. You're just going to grow up from a little boy to a bigger boy, and just hope that you know can make it through it all, you know. So that's how I am today. I don't have any control over about the numbers of the Bible and stuff like that. I only find them, and then I can talk to you about them. But I can't tell you all of it. I can only tell you a bit of it. So we take on things like a little bit of the Bible here and there. We've got all these prophecies and stuff like that. Always have the four businesses on there. The man, well, you have to have a good knowledge of everything, and then and then you kind of lose it all. Like I did, I lost it all. I lost a good part of it, but I got the best part. The best part is, hey, it's not going to be that hard. You're going to have to grow up over this Bible. You've got to let it give you the second blade, and the second blade is what's going to save you, right? And that's all it needs. It's all you need to do. All right. And then you can sit around like me and then wonder what you're going to do next. But that's the truth. That's all we got. Okay. I'll talk with you later. I hope the best that you're doing good. And I do love you so much that I can just give my life to you. Right? So that's how it is. Alright. So you take care of yourselves. Alright. But where's my thing? Bye.